Good evening and welcome to TeeBee Sunday Soul Show on this lovely evening down here in Dumfries. Bit rainy, but it's okay. So as you know, guys, I've got to start off and do a couple of things on my phone before we start the show, and then we'll get the music started around about 7 o'clock hopefully. So let me get this done first, get it out of the way. Boom, boom. And we are live, yes, we're live. Good, that's good to know. Yeah. And I think it was actually my mistake the last time, because what I'd done was I went and posted the live stream to loads of groups, and unfortunately, hi Fluff Johnson, Ruth Clare, Georgie Saunderson's in the house, Ruth Clare and Fluff Johnson's in the house, and I went and posted it to too many groups, and I think that's what lets the weasels, as I call them, in, and that's how we were getting breaks in the show. So I don't do that anymore. So I would suggest that if you do want to share the show to friends and family or anything like that, just make sure you send it to the right people, so that there won't be people who will be reporting the show, as you know. So I'll just get that done. And post. We've got anybody here? Alice Lopes is in. Beautiful people. Thank you, Alice. Mark Scamman Peachambury. Linda Haycock's in the house. And what done? Did that right the post? No, it's in it there. Let me see. Posted it. What did I? Did. Okay, so what I do is shoot it two B's and that, and then that's it. Shut that down. I'll be with you in a second. Don't panic. Music will be coming soon. Just gives you a couple of minutes to get in. Hi Deek Penman, Shaggy Bilton's in the house. Mrs. O's there. Kim Bradley's here. Just get all this off my phone. And boom, 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 and that should be us ready to rock and roll. Hi Ross Payton, how you doing, mate? Right, it's now 1 minute past 7. And we're going to start the show. And as you know, guys, we always start the show with Mr. Vincent Price's sax solo track. And tonight it comes from Paul Taylor, and it's called Pleasure Seeker. Lovely sax. I'd like to start you off nice and slow and warm you up to the fast stomping Northern Soul on TeeBee Sunday Soul Show every Sunday night from 7 till 10. I'll have some announcements later on about the G&T 100 Club t-shirts. Stay tuned for that. Hi Lorraine Allmark. Highland the Rebel. Get drinking. Hi Philip Kerr, how are you doing, mate? Hi Ruth Clare. Evening Corky, how are you doing, Mark? And Shaz is here. Looks like she had a good birthday.
Hi everybody.
Georgie's here tonight.
Hi Sharon, happy birthday.
There's some Barbean's here tonight. We're having it. Coordinating and red tonight, as you can see.
Red beer.
Red Dave. Evening David Gallagher, how you doing? Bertie Barlow's in the house.
Hi Dave. Perfect.
Oh, perfect, looks to get better. I knew I'd make a bad video here, yeah. Evening Karen Bill. Thomas Thompson's in the house. Better known by Tom. Grab yourselves a beer, relax. It's what Sunday nights were made for.
Cheers, everybody.
Evening, Keith Kate, Suzanne, Susie Kate, and Maisie Boo. How you doing? Evening, Laurie.
Hi, Maisie Boo. Keith, Susie.
Evening, Bridget from Banbury. Hi, Mark Daggett. How you doing, pal? What Sundays are all about. Evening, Alexander McBride. Evening, Alan Beckham. Colin Wignall's in the house. Hi, John Chanel. Julie Gallagher. How are you doing, Julie? Move like that. Yeah, Paul Taylor and Pleasure Seeker, sent in by Mr. Vincent Price. Next up, this was sent in by two people, and it was sent in by Karen Bilton and their good friend Mr. Robert Furness. And I've been seeing it been spread about lately on Facebook, and it was a track I picked up many years ago there, maybe about 3-4 years ago, maybe more, and I loved it the first time I heard it. It's actually a tune that you all know, but this one is done by Betty Swan.
Is there anybody out there tonight
It's called This Old
that ever
Heart.
really took the time to listen to the lyric of this once big hit song? Well, recently I did, and was so moved by it that I'd like to slow it down and let you hear what I felt. This old heart of mine been broke 1,000 times. Each time you
Robert.
break
I got
away, I fear you're going to stay. Lonely nights that come, memories that flow, bringing you back again.
Evening, Kenny Watts. How you doing? Woo!
Maybe it's my mistake to show the love I feel inside.
Evening, Roberta Schultz.
'Cause each day that passes by, you got me never knowing if I'm coming or going. But
Evening, Susan and George Ellis.
I love you. This old heart, darling, it's sweet for you.
Evening, Elwood and Rob Kenny.
I love you. Yes, I do.
Hi, Bev Walker. Neil Elliott. How you doing, mate?
These old arms of mine miss having you around. Makes these tears inside start to falling down. Always with half a kiss, you remind me of what I mean. And though control myself. Like a fool, I start reeling and my head starts to spin. I love you. I love you. This whole heart of mine is weak for you.
Becky Swan.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Ooh, yes I do, yes I do.
Hi Sue from Blackpool, how you doing?
Yes I do.
Hi Mick Brown, how you doing mate?
I try hard to hide all my hurt inside. It's so hard, a man always keeps me crying. The way you treat
Hi,
me
Johnny, Johnny.
leaves me incomplete. You're here for the day,
Johnny and Kelly there, hi.
for the week.
Woo!
But if you leave me 100 times, 100 times, I'll take you back. Baby, I'm yours whenever you want me. I'm not too proud to shout it. Got to tell the world about us. I love you, I love you, I love you. Yes, I do. Ooh, yes, I do. I love you. This old heart of mine.
Good evening, BRSYG, whoever you are. Tell me your real name so that I can remember. Yeah, what a tune. What a version of a fantastic tune. Betty Swan and This Old Heart of Mine. Next up, my good friend up in Dundee, I've not seen his name yet, Gus Martin, sent this in. Sound of William Bell and a tribute to a king.
Listen, people, listen.
Hi Paul Burridge, how you doing
I'm
mate?
gonna sing you a song
Oh yeah.
about a man who lived good but didn't live too long. He was born in Macon, Georgia, a poor boy without a dime. He found his way to Memphis, singing These Arms of Mine. Otis Redding was his name. Without his soul for singing, this whole world won't be the same. Now he travels on to Frisco, New York and abroad. Everywhere he sang, the people would applaud. One day he left Georgia, Wisconsin bound, but he didn't get to sing that night. The plane he was in went down. Otis Redding was his name.
Oh yeah.
Without his soul for singing, this whole world won't be the same. He was a soul music singer,
Hi Stevie Whitehead, how you
king
doing?
of the Memphis sound. It makes me feel so sad,
Next one Johnny.
'cause now he ain't around. He died with his guitar close to his hands, but his soul lives on today in the hearts of a million fans. Talking about Otis Redding was his name. Without his soul for singing, this whole world won't be the same. Otis Redding was his name.
Hi Chris Gearman, how you
Sure
doing?
ought to be hung
Hi Kate Williman,
in
how you
the
doing?
Music Hall of Fame.
Otis.
He was known as Big O. Otis, ooh, we gonna miss him so. Otis, ooh, yeah.
the great William Bell singing a tribute to the King, Mr. Otis Redding, and that was sent in by Gus Martin. Next up, we have one from a good friend, Philip Kerr. And Philip had sent in Millie Jackson singing If You're Not Back in Love by Monday. There's something wrong.
You can call Mrs. Johnson.
Smooth start to the show.
Keep the kids for a day or two. Take the early flight to Florida. Just the way you used to do.
Love it.
Have room service, bring the breakfast.
Woo.
Make love all through the day. If you're not back in love by Monday, then you go your separate ways.
Woo.
If you're not back in love by Monday, you can't say
Evening, Mike
you
Dunn.
didn't try.
Feeling a bit rough today, are we, Michael? Evening, Lord Palmer. How are you doing, Lord?
Before you bury your love, just make sure you let it die. Sleep and feel more nights together. Say the things that you used to say.
Hi, Michael Marcel. How you doing, mate?
And if you're not back in love by Monday,
By Monday. You better be by Monday.
you just go your separate way. You can find that little cafe with the finest sounding name. Get the corner by the window. Tell him you love him once again. Is the disco DJ still there?
Michael Dunn. Disco DJ.
Go on, dance till the break of day. If you're not back in love by Monday, then you go your separate way.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not back in love by Monday, you can't say you didn't try. But before you bury your love, just make sure you let it die. Oh, oh. Go on, sleep a few more nights together. Say the things that you used to say. If you're not back in love by Monday, then you go your separate way. Then you go your separate
Yeah, lovely tune. Fantastic. Good pick, Philip. The sound of Millie Jackson. And if you're not back in love by Monday. don't come to my house. Next up, we have one from my good friend Alec McBride, and Alec has selected Betty Paget. Tonight is the night. Don't be making promises, Alec.
Tonight is the night that you make me your woman.
Don't be right, man. You know what?
You said you'd be gentle with me, and I hope you will.
Come on.
'Cause I'm nervous, I'm trembling, I'm waiting for you to walk in. I'm trying hard to relax, but I just can't keep still. No, no. I can
I
be your
see you in there.
Converse
How you
lady.
doing?
I wanna play with girl and put on a sexy smile, but I know so little about what love is, till I can help from acting like a child. You're knocking on my door and you're ringing my bell.
Bring it down there.
Hope you're not impatient after waiting so very
Oh,
long.
no, it's spooky.
And
It gets better
you
then.
couldn't work with my silly hanger.
Come on.
And we're both old enough to know right from wrong. Tonight is the night that you make me
Welcome,
your
Paul.
woman. You said you'd be gentle with me, and I hope you will.
Hi, Dan Goodwin. How you doing, mate?
I'm nervous, I'm trembling, waiting for you to walk in. I'm trying hard to relax, but I just can't keep still.
Better.
Hey, baby, hold me, thrill me with your charms, darling. I want you here with me tonight, yeah.
Yeah, Betty Wright, original. Tonight's the night, but that was sung by Becky Paget. Maybe it's Betty Wright in disguise. You wouldn't know. And it was sent in by Alec McBride. Did I not just? I did just play that. I was just going to do something there. Give me a wee second. I'll just try something. Get the software back up and running. And as I say, guys, tonight on the show we've got the lovely Kim Bradley's 3 before 8 at 10 to 8. I'll be making an announcement just around about 8 o'clock about the G&T 100 Club t-shirts. Just to let everyone know, there is a poll on the G&T 100 Club Facebook page. If you're not on the G&T 100 Club Facebook page, just send me a message asking to join and I will join you. And you can get involved in the poll to see what colour of t-shirts we're going to do for 2020. And having spoken to Jethro through the week, I've decided that any profits made at all from the t-shirts will all be going to Jethro. And I was also thinking of maybe putting in a CD of Jethro's Trigger Tunes with the t-shirt, just to make it a little package, just to help to raise some money for to help Jethro with his medical bills that he just showed me on Friday. It would give any man a heart attack, believe me. You're talking 5-figure sums, 7-figure sums. Unbelievable. So if we can help in any way, that's what I plan to do. And I would rather give you something, and then if you can pay for that way, rather than just doing a GoFund thing. That I don't like them GoFund things. They just annoy me. So I'll keep you updated with that later on, guys. Next up, the lovely Trudy Lipinskis has sent in Mr. Marvin Gaye's version of the Beatles, Yesterday.
Yesterday.
A few slow ones on tonight.
Oh, my trouble seems so far away. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, people ain't half the man I used to be. No, there's a heavy, heavy shadow hanging over me. Yesterday came on too suddenly. Oh, why did she have to go? I don't know. Say I don't know, the little girl wouldn't say. Ooh, I must have said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday.
Evening, Albert Wilkinson. How are you doing, Albert?
Oh, talking about yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Lord, I believe now yesterday. Oh,
Evening, Mark Hudson. How are you doing, mate? Hi, George Ellis.
well, I must have said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday. Oh, my trouble seems so far away.
You're welcome to.
Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in. I want you to know I believe in yesterday.
The great one and only Mr. Marvin Gaye doing his rendition of the Beatles' Yesterday, and it was noted that Paul McCartney had stated that that was the best ever cover version he had heard of that song. He knows how to pick a good singer. Marvin's the best. Next up, the lovely Susan Ellis, slowly getting settled into their new house, the Ellises down in Derby. I selected Dexter Wansel, bit of Philly soul, and You're the Sweetest Pain.
It's got to be the sweetest day when I'm in your arms. Hold me tight, turn out the light, turn out the light. And when you kiss me, I can't keep still.
There's Jackie, yes.
I love the way you make me feel.
No, we wouldn't be at the end.
Do what you
Alice, Pamela, the news. Hi Alice. Standing to the boat. Oh, is that the Blackpool colours in it? Oh, lovely. Don't football colours.
Don't you ever stop. When I look into your eyes, I get lost in paradise. Only you can set me free. Set me free. So good inside. Ooh, I love you so, I love you, hurts me, yeah. It hurts so good inside. Ooh, I love you so, I love you, hurts me, yeah. It hurts so good inside.
Dexter Wansel and Sweetest Pain, sent in by the lovely Susan Ellis. Next up, the man himself, all the way from Amsterdam. He survived the boat, him and the lovely Karen, and they made it back, and he sent in Lovelace Watkins, and it's called Dreams from Shaggy Belton.
Never set me free. In my dreams, I hold you tight. In the still of the night, and it feels like I really am holding you tight. And in these dreams, always loving you. Always it seems, always in my arms, always in my mind.
Yes, I did, Shaggy, yes.
Always in my
I
dreams,
thought you should have been throwing you a few euros.
always in my dreams. Always in my dreams.
Too much, Johnny. Ginger and ginger. Yeah, the great sound of Lovely Swatkins and Dreams, sent in by Shaggy Bilton, who's now got his own personalised window in Amsterdam. And they look good. I think the ladies loved it at the time anyway. Next up, sent in by the lovely Karen Dupe. This is Tawana and the Total Destruction and We're Your Natural Baby. Evening, James Lindsay Thompson, how you doing? You're welcome, Cap.
I got mine on. You get yours.
Come on.
Ain't no time.
Ain't no time to be ashamed. Go ahead and do your thing.
Hi, Gus Martin, how you doing,
I
pal?
know.
Mr. Request, Gus. Yeah, catch up.
After you, there is nothing left. In this whole wide world, there is no one else like yourself. Go on, where you're not to baby. He does so much for you. Go right on now and where you're not to know. Every day of my life, I'm gonna wear one too. Ooh-wee.
Karen Miller
I
Ford, the
look good, don't I, brother? I said, ooh-wee. And remember this. After you, now is another. So go on and wear your not to nothing. It makes me feel so glad in my heart.
Thank you, guys.
I'm so proud to say that I'm a part. Go on, where you're not to be,
Great chick, Karen, love it.
Go right on, hold your head up high.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go on and where you're not to be. Go on, where you're not to be.
Tawana and Total Destruction and We're Your Natural Baby, sent in by lovely Karen Dupe. Next up, that's that wee girl from down in Liverpool called Ruth Clare, has sent in Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, and How Long Do I Have to Wait For? Let's have a bit of disco from Ruth Clare. Stop shouting, Georgie.
Do I have to wait for you, honey, before a girl like me can move on? Ooh, baby, tell me how long do I have to wait for you, honey, before I can say that you're gone?
Tony. Hi, Bruce Blair. Oh yeah, how long? You're our Mrs. Jones. I love it. That's what makes it a special show. Tunes come from out of the box. Absolutely class in a glass. Thank you for that, Ruth Clare. The sound of Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. And How Long Do I Have to Wait for You? Great wee track. And as I say, guys, every week when you're putting in your requests, have a wee dig. Don't just put the normal top 500 stuff on. We hear that every day of the week. We see it on Facebook and every page of the week. Let's try and find stuff that we've not heard for a while or we've not heard before. And that's what makes the show good. And here's another out of the box tune from Mr. Ian Jenkins. Olita Adams, remember her? This is called The Rhythm of Life. Everybody's in a smooching mood tonight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's in the water. But I love it. For those 70s out of the box tunes. Johnny Tag. Let's have a bit of Johnny Tag. Love it, Johnny.
sent in by Ian Jenkins. Next up we have another great tune from Mr. Mike Purcell, and Mike has selected Act 4. It's called Bless You and Tissue.
Across my heart just like a morning dove. Bless you. Can't you see my tears of joy? Got a hold of something no one can destroy. Got a hold of happiness. First time in my life. Gonna take the darkness, baby, change it into light. Gonna take the darkness, change it into light. Bless you. I've been touched by tenderness.
Big shout to East Flag Soul Club. Back to the rafters last night. Ginger Taylor on the deck. And you got John O'Kane. Love it.
Yes, I will. Some say that the darkest hour is just before dawn, but the sun's gonna rise again and the rivers will flow on. Just as long as you keep the faith and have some desire, you'll kiss that loving star, set your world on fire. Baby, bless you. I've been touched by love, swept across my heart just like a morning dove. Bless you, bless you, can you see my tears of joy? I've got a hold of something no one can destroy.
We're a little bit early because we usually do it at 10 to 8, but we've come to the part of the show where we're going to do our 3 before 8. And this week the 3 before 8 was nominated by our good pal Linda Neville for her pal Kim Bradley to do a 3 before 8. So it's Kim Bradley's 3 before 8. Don't get mixed up, please. Linda just nominated her because she hadn't done it. And as I say, guys, if you've not done your 3 before 8, there's been a few guys who have texted me this week and asked me how they get their 3 before 8 on the show. So if you just send me a PM and send me your 3 tracks, I'll try and keep a list of what I've got about 2 or 3 guys coming up. I think for the next 4 weeks the 3 before 8s are booked up, but it'll be next year that you'll get a 3 before 8 on if you send me them now. If I haven't done it and you've been watching the show for a while, I'm sorry that I missed you. Just send me your 3 before 8s. So as I always say, don't thank me, thank Kim. And here we go with Kim's number 1. Classic. Moses Smith. Girl across the street.
No one knows where she came from. Everybody seems to care when she walks down the street. Oh yeah, oh how the lovers there. When she passed them on her way, they start to whisper right away. They say, "Who's that long little girl?" They say, "Where did she come from?" 'Cause I don't know. Tell me, who's that? Oh, don't you know?
Hi, Maggie Davis. Hi, Justin Griffin. Hi, Leslie here. Hi, Simon if he's here.
She set my heart in a whirl. Although she seems so lonely, I wanna tell you, I know she's my kind of girl. With her, I wanna stay my claim. But how can I when I don't know her name? So tell me, who's that lonely little girl? Tell me, where did she come from? 'Cause I don't know. Tell me, who's that? Oh, don't she look so sweet? Yeah. Oh, Where did she come from? 'Cause I don't know. Tell me who's that? Oh, don't she look so sweet? Yeah, talking about the girl across the street. Hey, baby, why don't somebody tell me who's that? Why don't somebody tell me? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Why somebody tell me? Oh, I gotta know. You know I gotta know. I said I gotta know.
Moses Smith and Girl Across the Street. That was number 1 from Kim Bradley. Here's number 2, the man himself, Mr. Marvin Gaye. It's a sweet thing. Even Pierre Harley Howden, pulling up carpets.
You don't
Use any excuse.
always say the words I wanna hear. No, baby, but to me, you really say something deep. Oh, no, you're not the kind of girl to win a beauty prize. Just a smile, girl, let me know where your beauty lies. Makes me realize you're a sweet thing. You're a sweet thing, baby.
Tell him this is all.
Listen, honey,
TeeBee times will be empty tomorrow.
you do the things I ask you to. Oh, but I can't help but love the way you do the things you do. Though you're not the kind of girl that men just can't resist. There's a certain something in your kiss. Woo! Oh, makes me wanna sing. Oh, you're a sweet thing. You are a sweet thing,
Oh, yeah.
baby. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
you're a sweet thing. You are a sweet thing, baby. Oh, there may be a lot of things you'll never be. Ooh, but the little things you are, they mean everything to me. True love, don't ever try and be all mankind's ideal. Just stay the way you are right now, girl. True love and for real. You got your own appeal. Oh, you're a sweet thing. Honey, you are a sweet thing. Sweet as wine. That's why I'm glad to find.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I love it. So, Mr. Marvin Gaye singing Sweet Thing, and that was number 2 from Kim Bradley's 3 Before 8. I'd like to thank Kim for sending her 3 tunes, fantastic tracks, and I'll send you out your CDs for this week. Oh, it doesn't matter, but this is number 3 from Kim. Sound of Leroy. Tears, nothing but tears. Don't thank me, thank Kim. Thank you, Kim.
Tears and nothing but tears. That's all I've got to do is show my tears. They say a man ain't supposed to cry, but what do you do when a sweet love dies? Your face, baby, your voice. I should forget, but I got no choice. That same old devotion, just still deep in my emotions. After loving you, my baby,
you doing, mate?
After loving you, what can I do? Can take your
You're welcome, Captain.
got to have you. Tears, nothing but tears. That's all I've got to show my dear. They say a man ain't supposed to cry, but what do you do when a sweet love dies? Your face and baby your voice, I should forget, but I got no choice. That same old emotion, tears still deep in my emotion. Tears, nothing but tears. That's all I've got to show
Leroy
my dear.
and Tears, Nothing But Tears. And that was number 3 from Kim Bradley's 3 Before 8. Right, as I say, guys, that's I'll send you out your CDs, Kim. Thanks for sending them in. We have decided between myself and Jeffro that we're going to do t-shirts every year for the G&T 100 Club. So in 2018 we done the original black t-shirts with just the G&T Club and the Danced All Night in the back. And then it was suggested by our good friend Corky Corr that he would like a white polo shirt with the black writing for 2019. And that's what we've done in 2019. We also incorporated, I think there's maybe less than 10, got the black polo shirts with the white writing on 2019. They're still available if you want them. But for 2020, what we're going to do is I've put a poll up on the G&T 100 Club page. If you're not in the G&T 100 Club page, just send me a request and I'll add you to the page. And what you can do is you can vote on the poll to say what colour of polo shirt you would like. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. Whoever wins the poll, that's what we're going to go. And I think light blue and white writing is winning at the moment. So if that wins the poll, that's what everybody gets. We don't have everybody in different coloured t-shirts. That's not what we want to do. And the reason that we're doing this is, as we all know, our good pal Jethro over there in Chicago had an accident and burst his knee at Detroit A Go-Go a few weeks back. So now he's had the surgery. He's on the mend. I've been speaking to Jethro a couple of times during the week. So what we're going to do is I've been talking to Tosh about the t-shirts. After tonight, the poll finishes. Whoever's at the top of the poll tonight wins. And if light blue's there with white writing, that's what everybody gets. So then what I'll do is I will tag everybody that's asked for t-shirts and I'll give you all the details. I'll go get a photo for Tosh and I'll show you what they're like. But it's the same, they're the Cool Mate t-shirts that we've been getting for the last 2-3 years. They're good polo shirts. They're good polo shirts. They don't wash out or anything like that. So they're good polo shirts. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do, between myself and Jethro as well, we are going to do a Jethro's Trigger Tune CD. So between myself and Jethro, what we'll do is we will pick so many tracks, between maybe 25-30 tracks, and we'll put them onto a CD. So we'll have like the t-shirt and a CD package. And all we want to do is try and raise some funds to help Jethro pay for some of his medical bills, which run into a lot of thousands of dollars over there in America, as you can imagine. And he needs a little bit of help now. And if we can help in any way, and by giving you something in return for what you can do for us, for Jethro, that's the way we want to do it, rather than do these GoFund things. So bear with me. Within the next 2 weeks we'll get all the t-shirts things sorted out. Hopefully we get it before Christmas. Get it all sorted out before Christmas. I'll keep you all updated and let you know what's going on. Oh, bad throat tonight. Right, back to the music. I'm not wanting any cough bottle, George, you know. I'm live on the show, George. It's not going to look nice drinking cough bottle. Right, next up, one from Kim Bradley's good friend Linda Neville has selected the Capitals. And it's Hello Stranger. Where you been?
Stranger, hello.
Mick. My email address is tambrown7@aol.com, Mick. Send me an email and we'll do it that way, mate. tambrown7@aol.com. Yes, you can, love. Send me your size.
You stopped by to say hello to me.
I can't go good to how
That's the way it used to
I can't go down. Oh, they're not arriving now. Where have you been? Sent in by Linda Neville. Next up, she comes from Blackpool, goes by the name of Annette Sherlock, and sent in Smokey Robinson. And just to see her.
Just to see her, just to touch her,
Cough glass, yes.
just
You're
to
welcome,
hold
Linda.
her in my arms again, one more time. If I could feel her warm embrace,
Cool, Jethro. Catch you later,
see
mate.
her smiling face, can't find anyone to take her place. I've got to see her again. I would do anything, I would go anywhere. There's nothing I wouldn't do just to see her again. I can't hide it, no, I can't fight it. Oh, it's so hard to live without the love she gave to me.
Cheers, mate. Just send me an email, mate. We'll sort it out.
Just so she knows it, I tried hard not to show it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, can I make her realize that she
You're welcome, Annette.
really needs me again?
Oh, yeah.
I would do anything, I would go anywhere. There's nothing I would do
Thank you,
just to
thank you.
see her
Sorry I can't take your call.
again.
I'm using my phone, Jane.
She brightened up my every day, made me feel so good in every way. If I could have her back to stay, I've got to see her again. Just to see her, I want to see her. Just to hold
You're welcome, boss.
her.
that sounds good. Hi Bob Wally, how you doing? Yeah, the great Smokey Robinson. And just to see her, sent in by Annette Sherlock. Next up, Mr. Colin Wignall. I selected the Broadways. And you just don't know, you know.
Sometimes I'm up, sometimes down. Sometimes the sun just can't be found. Oh, when your arms all around me, nothing but sunshine, so loving, baby, you just
Hey, Dave Weston, how you doing, man? Thank you, Nick.
Looks like a
Colin will be in the Guinness by now. That was the sound of the Broadways, and you just don't know. Just another reminder, guys. Tonight, unfortunately, I don't have any our tunes or my tunes because you're not sending me them in. I need you to send me our tunes and my tunes. And don't get me wrong, there's been nearly 20 people sent me in their our tunes and my tunes. There's been about 50 people promised that they were going to send them in and haven't sent them in. Get them in. Tell them, Georgie.
Get them in. You'll have to listen to TAM every week.
And be quiet, Georgie. So if you've got just a little story with a memory tune from a way back then, whatever, and it's related to soul, just PM me and send me your little story and what tune you want, and I'll start building up another library of my tunes and other tunes. Otherwise, as Georgie says, you're going to have to listen to me doing a our tune and my tune every week, and I'll try and do some little stories that I can relate to in my previous career or previous life to give you some stuff that went on with me in my life, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. And so at 9 o'clock, it's not really an our tune or my tune. I would call this, it's a TeeBee story. So you're getting a TeeBee story at 9 o'clock. And if you don't send in your our tunes and my tunes, that's it. I'm just going to cut it. So get them sent in or else. Next up, Bridget O'Brien from Banbury. Lovely, lovely lady. I sent in Lenny Williams. 10 Ways of Loving You. Always thought it was 11. Hi Ian, how you doing? You alright? Glad to see you on the live chat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not a rave man.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Dream job, Bob.
10 ways of loving. Number one is my promise to be good to you. Number two is my pledge
You're welcome,
to
Bridget.
always be true. Number 3 and 4, they go hand in hand. It's your guarantee that I'll be a good man. Number 5 is so special, it deals with romance. And all that I'm asking is just for a chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 ways of loving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 ways of loving. Number 6 is for laughter. It's good for the soul. Number 7 is for patience. I won't lose control. Number 8 and 9, they're one and the same. They both make me proud to carry my name. Number 10 makes me tingle and blush when I say I promise to love you in every way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 ways of loving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 ways of loving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 ways of loving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 ways of loving. 10 ways of loving. Lots of kissing and a hugging, and I'm never, never gonna lose my sweet baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
No, you
8,
didn't.
9. 10 ways of loving, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Did select a song called 10 Ways of Loving You. Where what's Lenny Williams? By somebody else. What the hell? Yours is by the Entertainers. Probably the same song. I thought you were cracking up too, Tim. Kim. Yes, that was Lenny Williams and 10 Ways of Loving You. And the lovely Kim Tompkins from down there in Birmingham did select a song last week which was called 10 Ways of Loving You, but it was by the Entertainers. Thank you, Bridget O'Brien, for Lenny Williams' version. Next up, Chris Kiernan. Not heard from Chris for a while, but I see he's on the show and watching. And he has selected one of Motown's finest, Miss Tammy Terrell. Come on and see me. Bring a bottle of brandy. You're welcome, Ian Jenkins. Very rare t-shirt, Royal.
Come on and see me.
Oh, that one.
Love just for you, love, and it can be yours. If you want it, better come and get it. I say, if you want it, better come get it. Need a lover, don't stick like that, lover. Come on
Welcome,
and
Chris.
see me. I stand by your side. I'll dry your weeping eyes. Come on and see me. 'Cause I've got joy, love for some boy, love, and it can be yours. If you want it, better come and get it. I say, if you want it, better come get it, baby. Come on, see me now. Show your love. Come on, see me now. All your love. Come on, see me now, baby. Come on, 'cause I've got joy.
Tammy Terrell. Gone too soon, as Trudy said. Yes, she died very young. Beautiful, beautiful woman, and one of the best singers to come out of the Motown stable. Next up, Mr. Johnson Mills has sent in J.G. Jackson. But it's all right.
You don't know how I feel. You never know how I feel. Oh, when I needed you to come around, you always tried to bring me down. Oh, but I know, girl,
Take it, honey, some dog album.
when I say that you are sure gonna be good, but it's alright. Alright, girl. You can hurt me, but it's alright. And now one day, you will see, you'll never find a guy like me who'll love you right, both day and night. You'll never have to worry.
What the extra did you ask for me? I haven't a clue, mate.
I'm telling you, girl, and I know
I don't know what you requested.
wasn't made to love only you, girl, but it's alright. Alright, girl. You can hurt me, but it's alright.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You think Keith Watts? Hope you get better, mate.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, John Kid?
Oh, yeah. My baby. Oh, yeah. I said it's alright. Alright, girl. They say it's alright. Alright, girl. Now there's one thing I wanna say. Hey, you'll meet a guy who'll make you pay. You treat you bad and make you sad. And you will ruin the love you had. Oh, but I hate to say I told you so, but baby, you got to read what you sow, girl, but it's alright. Alright, girl. You are paying now, but it's alright. So goodbye now. Goodbye, girl. You're paying now. So
Evening, Dave, Dave.
you had my once.
Sean, how you better? Sound of J.G. Jackson. And But It's All Right. Sent in by my good friend Johnson Mills down there in Newcastle. Next up, we played a tune for the lovely Jackie Williman for maybe the past year or so, or maybe just a little bit less. And you all know the reason why. Because I love the brother, Johnny, and the family, Ben, Ryan and Kate. I've got something called Justice for Jackie going. And Johnny has been trying his hardest to get the probation service put back into the hands of the government, taking out the private sector. And he's also tried his hardest to try and get people who kill people through dangerous driving get life sentences, and not like these 4 arseholes that got 6 years and 8 years and will be out in 4 years. It breaks your heart to think what they've done, and the sentence doesn't serve the crime in my eyes. But every week Johnny sends a tune in, and Johnny and Gilly are the most loveliest people you could ever meet, and the whole family, and the Barnsley people that we've been down there and met. You couldn't wish for nicer people in the world. And we'll be there next year. We're getting something sorted out. We're going to plan and have a really good weekend over there and down there in Barnsley next year. And the song that Johnny has sent in, he's just back from Tenerife. He's got some brown bits and some white bits. I sent in tonight. He'll probably come back with bag loads of boxer shorts. He'll be selling them for about £1 each. Tonight he sent in Mr. Larry Houston, and let's spend some time together. Justice for Jackie. Let's see those love hearts. And they've got to be yellow, because it was Jackie's favourite colour. Come on!
Pick up the pieces. Start all over.
Justice for Jackie.
Running away. Hurting each other. I know there's something is wrong. I can feel the violence. Let's forget and forget, honey. And if I never try,
Oh yeah.
let's spend some time together. I wanna spend some time with you. Let's spend some time together. I wanna spend some time with you. Ooh, baby, yeah. Ooh, baby. Full of faith and trust. Could erase all doubts. With love and understanding, I know we can work it out. Let's
The
see,
Ford is not an end.
we got the right combination for a great love affair. Let's build a strong foundation to protect this land we share.
Right, you're welcome,
Let's
Kate.
spend some time together. I wanna spend some time with
You're
you.
welcome, God.
Let's spend some time together. I wanna spend some time with you. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Woo!
You're welcome, Johnny and Jolly.
Love you
Always,
guys.
always and forever. The proud man of Barnsley. The only one called Johnny Wood.
Oh, girl,
Gentlemen,
let's spend
Johnny.
some time together. I wanna spend some time with you. Let's spend some time together. I wanna spend some time with you. Ooh, baby. Let's spend time together. I wanna spend some time with you. Let's spend time together. I wanna spend some time with you. Let's spend time together.
Thanks, guys, for all your messages. Fight goes on, and the fight won't die. Justice for Jackie.
Justice for
Johnny Wood will
Jackie.
win this fight. I know he will. He will fight to the death. And his request tonight was Larry Houston and Let's Spend Some Time Together. And it's Justice for Jackie. And thanks for all your lovely love hearts and everything. That's Jackie's daughter Kate Williman there as well. It's on the chat. A lovely girl. And Ryan and her brother. Just fantastic people that didn't deserve what happened to them in their life. Okay guys, moving on. Next is one from the lovely Lorraine Allmark. Do you know this lady loves McEwen's Export? First lady I've known that likes McEwen's Export. So Mr. Keith Allmark has now found that his local supermarket is selling the Red Death. So he started buying Lorraine some nice McEwen's Export so she can watch TeeBee on a Sunday night. This is a 3 degrees, and I didn't know. I did know about the Red Death. Oh yeah. That's what it is, Kate. She's a Scot in disguise. Not in disguise, she's a Scot. Yeah, you have to think now, Lorraine. Circle back. Don't start talking about food, Missy, no. I'll get them cards out. my bride. I've got red and yellow cards here. You get banned from the show for talking about things. Mr. and Mrs. McCann, can you please stand up? Just an arm wrestle. And dance. Another forgotten tune from the 3 Degrees. Out of the box. Love it, Lorraine. Sure? Cheddar? Good start, Ali. Found the yellow hearts going. Too much Guinness. Sent in by a lovely Lorraine Allmark, the 3 Degrees, and I Didn't Know. Next up, Mr. Phil Story. Sends in great tracks, this guy. This is Big Maybell, 96 Tears. It's called Out of the Box.
Teardrops, one heart, TeeBee crying, yeah. Too many teardrops, one heart to carry on. You will talk now, baby, since you left me, yeah. And you're always letting down me. Hey, watch out, baby. I'm gonna get there. Yes, I am. Woo. And we'll be together. For just a little while. And we'll start gathering till well here. And you'll stop trying. Yeah, 96 years. Hey, cry, cry, cry. Hey, ha, ha, ha. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
hey, I'll be on top.
You'll learn,
You'll
Colin.
be there,
Got
just
it.
listen up. Hey, I didn't wait to get up here, yes I did.
So what's your request, Mick?
And I will see you way
Don't go me.
down. I'm gonna get you, yes I am. Ha 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 ha. Cry, cry, cry. Too many teardrops for one heart to be crying. Yeah. Too many teardrops for one more heart to carry on. Yeah. Cry, cry. 96 tears. Yeah. Cry, cry, cry. All night long in the midnight hour. Cry, cry. Cry like I did. Cry. 96 tears.
Big Maybell
Yeah.
and 96 Tears. Sent in by Mr. Phil Story. Great track, Phil. Thank you. Next up, we're going down to Wales again from Mr. Keith Allmark. Cricket thing. Sound of Junior Walker in the All Stars. Shake it and finger pop. Oh yeah. Welcome, Phil. all the rich people to give all the poor people all the money. How's that, Colin? Still to come. A bit late tonight. Careful, the trigger tape still. Retirement too much. This show keeps me going. Yeah, you can't get a bit of Junior Walker in the All Stars. Absolutely fantastic. And that was sent in by a good friend Keith Allmark. Oh, forgot to mention, he'll be playing at Scalloween 6 in October. And most of the people that have ordered tickets from me have purchased their tickets. I've still got a few left. So if you're wanting tickets, be fast, guys, because I believe that Karen and Colin, who are the promoters of the event, are down in Skamouth this weekend, and I believe Karen has orders for over 175 tickets. And there only is 300 tickets available, and I think we're getting very close to selling, and that's weeks after the event. So, as I say to you every week, guys, don't leave it too late, and then I've got to run about and try and find the tickets, and then you may have to wait until near the time when people can't come and they're giving the tickets up. So if you're wanting tickets for Scalloween 6 up here in Dumfries in October next year, just PM me, get in touch, let me know you want tickets, and I'll give you the details. You also get a free CD from TeeBee when you buy Scalloween tickets. Where are we now? Mr. Mark Hudson, over in España, living the life, has sent in the invitations. Looking a good side. Have you seen his bad side? Evening, Keith Ryder. How you doing, mate? You're welcome, Keith. It's up to you, mate. Play what you want. No rules with TeeBee. Oh, yeah. Come up with your Calligans, Lords. Drive your car to Worcester and then come up with your Calligans. It's easy.
That I do is try to hurt you, but you know it's not true, girl. Sometimes it looks kind of bad,
Hey, dude.
but just remember the feeling you had.
Hi, Chris.
I'm always
Taking the
there,
question, Rick. Go.
but I don't have your sweet love to share. So look on the good side, look on the bad side, baby.
Want to play the quest next, Rick?
What's up,
Chris? Chris, you've got to go to bed. One more time.
It's gonna be alright if you
Mark Hudson.
I've often said, let's settle down.
I think Rob Farr's coming up, Kim.
I was hanging around, so I went out just to have some fun. But you still knew, girl, you were the only one.
Okay, Lord's cool.
I've always come just to be
It's called God's Country, Scotland.
and I couldn't hurt you, girl, even if I tried. So look on the good side. Look on the good side.
Just loving time. Don't throw this love away.
No, he hasn't come up.
Don't throw this love away. Going wild. Just loving the child.
No problem, bro. I'll play him. Right to the bed.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Put some love.
The great sound of the invitations.
Come on.
And look on the good side. Sent by the man from España, Mr. Matt Hudson. Next up, playing it early because they're going to bed. Barbara Banks. For Ruth and Chris Gray.
I'm about to drown.
And it's a river of tears. Alright.
I'm about to drown, yeah. I'm sinking down so low, searching for someone to call out. I'm sinking down low, searching for someone to call out. I think every day the ride never came my way. Don't you know that I'm sinking down so low. I'm down in the river. Hey, yeah. I've been so many sweet words. Darling, I love you. All I feel, I heard.
Get the names and next Johnson. I'm getting in and off the I need someone to lift me up. I need someone to lift me up. Out of this river, yeah. Come on and lift me up now. Got to lift me up now. I'm thinking out of this river. Barbara Banks and River of Tears, sent in by Ruth and Chris Gray. Gray. Get it right, Tam. Shut up, Georgie. Stop shouting at me, Georgie. Right, next up, one from the lovely George Ellis. Sound the Sister Sledge. And love don't go through no changes on me. Turn it up, you.
Really true love.
written by Mr. George Ellis and Sister Sledge. Love Don't Go Through No Changes on Me. Next up, wee story behind this tune. And 2-3 years ago at SSW 7, 6, can't remember, we managed to bring over one of the biggest artists in my book from America, one of the best vocalists from America. He goes by the name of Mark Evans, and I'd actually got in touch with Mark, and I've been friends with him for quite a while because I loved all his work. He does a lot of dance type music, but what a vocalist this guy is. It's absolutely fantastic. And I can remember that Scottish Soulful Weekender down in Silloth when he come. The band come to our after party and everything. It was absolutely fantastic. And it's one of Georgie's favourite records. So Georgie asked me if she could put this on tonight as a request, and I says, okay, just this time. Don't be expecting them every week. So this is by Ron Hall and the Motherfunkers, and it's called The Way I Love You, and it's a Sound of Philadelphia mix, and it's also got Mark Evans. another wee announcement. It's about the Secret Santa. Now, I've had over 30 people send me prizes or presents for the Secret Santa, and you've only got 1 week to send your presents for the Secret Santa, because it finishes on the 1st of December, because I want a couple of weeks to sort everything out so that me and Georgie can get them all sent out by the 15th of December. So you've got 1 week left. You've got until the 1st of December, which is next Sunday, to organise something for the Secret Santa. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or worth a lot of money or anything like that. Just whatever you think would suit somebody as a nice little Christmas present that watches the show. Just send it in, and then what we'll do is we'll work out what people get and send it out to them on the 15th of December, and they can put it under the tree and open it up on Christmas Day. And it's a Secret Santa from TeeBee and Georgie. So if you want to send me anything from the Secret Santa, I know a lot of these 30 odd of you have sent in stuff already, and it's unbelievable the stuff, and I can't thank you enough. And it's going to make some lovely surprises for people on Christmas Day, and that's what it's about. So if you've got anything for the Secret Santa, you've got 1 week left to send them in. If you need my address, all you have to do is PM me on Facebook or email me at tambrown7@aol.com, and I will give you the details of my address to send it to, and then we'll send them all out to everybody by the 15th, or we will send them out on the 15th of December. Next up, I'm not even tuned it up, that's me sleep, oh, have I? Is one from Mr. Barry Roy Clarkson by Barbara Mercer.
Oh, yeah.
Happiness is here.
Oh, yeah.
Can you feel the happiness?
Is here. Happiness is here in my arms again.
You've got to be in the Secret Santa to get a Secret Santa present.
Happiness
There will be prizes left over that we'll give out to people that have been watching the show, but you've got to be in it to get
since my
some.
baby's come back home to me. Loneliness
Get your thinking caps on, guys.
memory.
Send the Secret Santa presents to
It's
TeeBee.
not a part of me.
Thank you, James Friday. Good doing the show, mate.
Happiness is here, I say now. Oh yeah, happiness is here.
Thank you, Julie.
Happiness has come, and I'm like a child again. Happiness has come,
Yes, it was very
and
Secret
I'm
Santa
so
today.
wild again. As I sit here on my baby's knee, something deep down inside of me seems to say our love is here to stay. Happiness is here, I say now. Oh yeah, once again. No more sitting around in my lonely room. I hope and pray that happiness is here tonight. Oh yeah.
Come on.
As I sit here on my baby's knee, something deep down inside of me seems to say our love is here to stay. Happiness is here, I say now. Oh yeah, I'm so happy, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the great sound of Barbara Mercer and Happiness is Here, sent in by Barry Roy Clarkson. Next up, the lovely Mrs. O down in Worcester sent me a track today, and she told me it was by the Spencer Davis Group. So she had me hunting all over for this track by the Spencer Davis Group, and I couldn't find it. And then, fortunately, I come across Luther Davis Group sung the same song. So I think Mrs. O meant Luther Davis Group, not the Spencer Davis Group. I hope I'm right. It's called You Can Be a Star, sent in by Mrs. O. It's a kind of Mrs. O tune in. Is it Mrs. O? It's okay Mrs. O, don't worry. Have I got the right tune?
Today is a brand new day. Forget about the past, let's romance. It's a brand new day, so let's get away. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. So put a smile on your face and let us dance the night away. You can be a star. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. Let the spotlight shine on me and you. So let us have some fun. We just begun. The night is young, so let us dance till dawn. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. You can be a star. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up.
Get on up,
So get on up.
Mrs. O, get on up. Was it the right tune, Mrs. O? Thank you, Joey. I do go on a bit though.
Smile on your face and
Yes, it is a Mrs. O tune.
the night away.
Thank you.
You can be a star. So get on up.
Oh yeah.
So get on up. So get on up.
Correct, Johnny.
So get on up. You can be a star. I can be a star. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up. So get on up.
Thank you, Mrs. O. I love you. Luther Davis Group, not the Spencer Davis Group. That was called You Can Be a Star. And Mrs. O says, I'm a star. We love Mrs. O. And she loves the smell of me.
Look at aftershave.
Aye, she loves my aftershave. So unfortunately, guys, it's 9 o'clock. And as my good friend Johnny Wood says, don't forget TAM. Because I usually do. That we usually have an hour tune or a my tune. But unfortunately, all you listeners out there, are lacking behind and not sending me any our tunes or my tunes. So come on, guys, send me a little story with a track. I think I've sent over about 20 our tune plaques since I started this, and I'd like to send out another 20. So it only takes 5 minutes. You'll have a tune in your head, a little story behind the tune, what happened, what went on in your life. You don't have to divulge anything you don't want to. I don't want you doing that. Just give me a little story with the tune. But tonight, because nobody has sent me one in, I am going to do a little TeeBee story. Johnny Wood loves these little TeeBee stories. It hangs on every word. So while we're doing this, I would like you to refrain from commenting on the live chat. A way back in 2000, myself and my DJ friend called G, Graham was his name, we went under the name of G and T, and we played a lot of clubs and things like that in the town, and we played up and down the UK at the time, way back in 2000, and we decided to do a mashup of 2 tunes. There was a big, at the time in 2000, it was all about trance and that kind of stuff, that type of music. It's not soul, it was like trance stuff that we've done. I'd also done that as well, as you found out last week in Fergie time. And we decided to do a mashup, and we messed about with the decks in the living room and these 2 tunes, and we managed to get something sorted out. So we liked it that much that we played it out in the clubs, and people went wild for this tune when we played it out in the clubs, and we just couldn't believe it. We didn't. Sorry, I know, and it really hurt a nerve. So we decided to get it pressed onto vinyl. This was the first time we ever done this, and we got 250 copies pressed onto vinyl way back in 2000. And before the vinyl arrived, they send you 12 acetates of the tracks. There's a B-side and an A-side, obviously, and on a 12-inch record. And they sent us 12 acetates of the track. And at that time, I was going down to, what was it called again? Homelands in Winchester. That big festival had only happened twice, I think. 2 years it ran for. And it was absolutely massive. And I took the 12 acetates down there to give to the Radio 1 DJs and all the radio DJs, big DJs down there. And I went into the Slinky tent down. People that know about this here will know what I'm talking about. Some of us old fuddy diddies will know though, so I'm sorry, just bear with me. And I went into the Slinky tent, and Brandon Block was playing. I've DJed with Brandon Block on a couple of occasions in Newcastle and such like. He's an absolute nutter, a big Ibiza DJ. And he was playing in the Slinky tent, and I wanted to give him this acetate. So I asked the security guy if I could go up and hand him the 12-inch. No problem, he'll let me up. So I handed the 12-inch to Brandon Block. He just took the record off that was playing, put mine on. I left, went back into the crowd to listen to him playing the record. And unfortunately, he played the B-side of the record. The A-side, which was called La Rude Diva, went to #1 for 6 weeks in the Scottish dance charts. But he had played the B-side, so I had to run back up to the stage. I couldn't run, you know, George, and tell him that he's got to flip it over. Well, he just picked the needle up off the record, flipped the record over and played it. And when he played it, my hairs on the back of my neck were standing on end. But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to give you the B-side, because this was my chosen track of the 2, although the A-side, La Rude Diva, was the big track. And this was called Embrace the Chook by G and T. It's not so. But Kate, and Ryan and Ben will relate to this. And I've still got an acetate left. 1 of 12. She loved her trance music, does she?
Love this record. We're really skeeting on. Just some ghost things. Whoa.
Can you hear it? Thank you, Mrs. O. Jane loves it already. It is on YouTube. Just put in Embrace the Duke.
I can't live without you in my life.
They were called mashups. It's two records put together.
Yeah, woman, I need you to keep my mind and body right.
What high tones tune, Mick?
Ooh, yeah, no matter what I say
Can you,
or
babe?
do, I'm so in love with you. Ooh, yeah, no matter what I say or do, I'm so in love with you. Don't understand that my heart is in your hand and you know this.
James the French man. James the French man. I tell you what track it is, Mick. I've already done it, Ben. You're getting them as lessons, Ben. You, Kate, Ryan. Uncle Johnny's doing boxes. Come on, then, Sean. Don't need pulse.
No matter what I say or do, I'm so in love with you.
G&T in the mix.
No matter what I say or do, I'm so in love with you.
Next one, Mandy. Don't forget your simmer. You'll not get far, Betty. Get the glow sticks in, Georgie. what track you want, mate. You have to tell me the name of the track. What's here, baby? Linda's on the table. Get down, Linda. So that's that, guys, and that's it. That's a tune from the B-side of the two mashups that we done. But La Route Diva was the big tune, and I'll maybe play that one week. I don't actually like playing trance music when I'm doing a soul show, but I had to come up with something, and that's what I decided on tonight. And that's G&T and Embrace the Duke, and you can find it on YouTube. If you just put in Embrace the Duke, you can find it. It was a hectic time, a mental time for me, way back in 2000. We were up and down the country, DJing all over the place. And the trance music was really, really big at that time. I was a DJ that moved with the times. Soul's always been in my heart, and that's what I've always played in. But I also done a lot of the raves and a lot of the trance stuff way back in 2000. And it's what the youngins were into at the time. And the strange thing is, they're into the techno stuff now, and I can't buy into it at all. I don't mind listening to it, and I can go to clubs and listen to it, because I've got good friends here in official DJs that have nights and do techno stuff. But I kind of preferred the trance stuff at the time. So it's just something different, just to show you some of the stuff that TeeBee was about way back in 19 years ago. Next up, Mr. Mark Henderson has sent in. I like this track, Janice, I Told You.
People say that you and I really look good together. Hey, now that's okay, and I'm proud to say our love affair has never been better. Oh, how well I remember the time you didn't want me around. But I told you so.
Cheers, mate. Come for a meal.
I told you so. I told you so.
Thank you, Judy.
I sit down and laugh. It really tickles me inside. You said that you were the bachelor type, and no girl would ever be
Back in the room,
your
Mr.
bride.
Ellis.
Oh, how well I remember those times. You didn't want me around. I told you so. I told you so. Told you, told you, told you. I told you so.
Hinckley on the 25th. Get it right, team. That's Jane Taylor. Thank you, Kate. No, that's the wrong date. Now tells the story. Hey, Janice. And I told you, Janice. Sent it by Mr. Mark Henderson. Great guy. Next up, Albert Wilkinson. Sent in Chuck Jackson. And I only get this feeling when I'm on my Sunday show.
I only get this feeling when you walk in the room. I only get this feeling when I smell your sweet perfume. I only get this feeling when I know you'll be home soon. My eyes get a little bit brighter, my collar gets a little bit tighter, my heart beats a little bit stronger, my hands get a little bit warmer, baby, my sweet baby. Oh, I only get this feeling when we dance a little slow. I only get this feeling when I know it's time to go. I only get this feeling when I know you won't say no. My eyes get a little bit brighter, my collar gets a little bit tighter, my heart beats a little bit stronger, my hands get a little bit warmer, baby, my sweet baby.
We're getting somewhere, Mick. That's a band, kids. Don't track me, one.
Eyes get a little bit brighter, my collar gets a little bit tighter, my heart beats a little bit stronger, my hands get a little bit warmer, baby, my sweet baby. I only get this feeling when we dance a little slow. I only get this feeling when I know it's time to go. I only get this feeling when I know you won't say no. My eyes get a little bit brighter, my collar gets a little bit tighter,
Oh, yeah.
my heart beats a little bit
Jackie Dory, that's all three. I'll get the record out. Look at YouTube. Back. I ain't sure. I don't do Jackie Dory. I'll come tell you here the truth. Chuck Jackson. And I only get this feeling. Sent in by the great Albert Wilkinson. Next up, we have one from the lovely Suzanne Key. And it's by Jimmy Fraser. And it's called Hopes, Dreams and Tombstones. Hurry up, Maisie. Let's be having you. Come on. You're welcome, Susan. go, Susie. Just a little tighter. What the hell, man? And tombstones sent in by the lovely Suzanne Kay. Mr. Peter Harley got out his bed, didn't have anything to write in the TeeBee Times, so he sent TeeBee a request. Mickey Champion. And what good am I? Good am I? Sent in by the one and only Mr. Peter Harley. Next up, Miss Karen Miller Corder. Sent in Lorraine Chandler. What can I do? Me? Daisy's up next. Get ready, baby. You can't sit around nursing your wounded heart. You can't have a baby and tear the world apart. I tried it to tell her brother, singing in the name. What can I do? Lorraine Chandler and What Can I Do? Sent in by Karen Miller Corder. Next up, the one and only, up there in 5, 9-year-old Maisie Moo. Let's see you dance. The Weed and Nichols. Nobody will
You're the sweetest thing that I've ever seen. You shake me up like I'm whipped cream, and like the power in a doctor's pill. You cure all my heart
I dropped 20 last night.
Nobody, nobody but you, honey. Don't want nobody, don't need nobody but you. Hold me like a shotgun, you give me a blast. The thought of your touch brings me out in red. You make me feel such a sensation. I catch fire and put it out with perspiration. Nobody but you, honey. Don't want nobody, don't need nobody but you, baby.
Don't want nobody, don't need nobody, don't want nobody but you.
Wanna look in your dreamy eyes, and ooh, I get hypnotized. What good is it to resist when only your love will bring me happiness? Somehow, someday, somewhere, I gotta
Sure,
be
that's
next
what
to
you do.
you.
Got a
Feelings
busy
for
here.
you that I feel, my darling, are strong enough to make you feel some too. Nobody but you, honey. Don't want nobody,
Kelly, come get it.
nobody but you, baby.
Funny you say that.
You can't feel me, baby, like you do, and nobody can.
The Weed and Nichols, picked by a 9-year-old up in 5, and goes by the name The Lovely Maisie Moo. And we love Maisie Moo. And it was called Nobody But You, but we love Maisie Moo. Next up, Moses and Joshua. Dillard. Sent in by Sean O'Callaghan.
I followed
My
you
elusive
to
friend.
Jackson. I followed you to New York. I didn't find you there, so I moved on. I followed you to Alabama. Things didn't look good in Birmingham. I didn't find you there, so I moved on. You know I'm tired of bothering. I want you losing dreams. It seems the brother only did in vain. I want you losing dreams. Let me say you had my baby. Oh yes you did. In the Congo, what I got to do? When I heard about it, babe, I was waving on the border. I was in Mexico.
Welcome, Sean.
Tired of dreaming. You know I'm tired of bothering. I want you losing dreams.
The welcome to the animated.
The brother only did in vain. I want you losing dreams. You had my little baby. Oh yes you did. In Chicago, what I got to do? When I heard about it, babe, I was waiting on the border. I was in Mexico.
Good news, title. We're going to the event with it.
Tired of dreaming. Woo. Oh yeah. I'm tired of not losing sleep. Tired of following you.
Moses and Joshua Dillard and My Elusive Dreams, sent in by the one and only Mr. Sean O'Hooligan Callaghan. Next up, this has got a big title list. I better get it right. It's called You've Got Your Mind on Other Things by Beverly Ann, and it's sent in by the lovely JBT. also known as Jane.
Have suddenly turned as cold as a gray December. It suddenly seems that yesterday's dreams are something you can't remember. You never were at a loss for words before, but now you don't seem to say much anymore. You got another thing.
Another
I know you so well, it's easy to tell. You're getting that restless feeling. You couldn't disguise that look in your eyes. Oh baby, it's too revealing. You're thinking about changing scenery, but there's something about it
Oh yeah.
you got another thing.
Another
You got someone new. I can't see I'm losing you. You're leaving. You got another
Great
thing.
tune. Beverly Ann. Sent it by Jane Blondie Thompson. And you've got your mind on other things. Next up, back to back, Jane Blondie Thompson and Kim Angela Tomkinson. Kim Angela Tomkinson has selected the great Arthur Conley. Keep on talking.
You said you need is a loving man, baby. Keep on talking. You said that you need a guiding hand, baby. Why don't you keep on talking? You said that you not satisfied with the love your man is giving. You said that he's just a drag and you want to do some doggone living. Oh yeah. Keep on talking, keep on coming on strong. Keep on talking, talking all night long. I like it that way, oh yes I
The request is coming up, Mick Brown.
do. You said you won't.
I don't normally do this, but for you I'll do it.
Keep on talking. Said that your little heart turning flip. Keep on talking. Take your little step right into my heart, darling. Got a thing going. Said that you wanna hold me close. Keep on growing, oh yeah. Keep on talking. Keep on coming on strong. Keep on talking, talking all night long. Oh yeah, it's alright.
On it.
Keep on talking, woo-hoo. Keep on coming on strong. You said that you
Coming next,
hold
Mac.
me close. You got a good thing going. You said that you not satisfied.
We're not having much luck, Bob.
Your man is giving. Said that he's just a drag.
Cheers, Terry Watson. Please stay with us.
Don't need it.
Don't go to bed now, Terry.
Keep on talking. Oh yeah. Keep on coming on strong.
Arthur Conley and Keep On Talking, sent in by Kim Angela Tomkinson. Mick Brown, a guy I think lives in South Africa or lived in South Africa, has been on the show for quite a few weeks now. But unfortunately, he doesn't do social media. And he found us on YouTube, and so he can't send in requests. So he's been pestering me all night about doing a request, and I keep asking him, give me a track, tell me the track and the artist, and I'll put it on. So eventually, after about an hour, my good friend Mick Brown has finally told me what track he wants, and here it comes. It's by the High Tones, and it's called Good News. Going out to Mickey Brown. No relation, by the way.
Good news in the morning, 'cause tonight you belong to me, baby. Good news in the morning, 'cause tonight you belong to me, baby. I've been waiting for a real opportunity to get you all alone. Hey, baby, praying for a chance to use my strategy to make you all my own. His love was like a vessel around you to keep you from my side, yeah. Now, but a love that's as sweet as yours is well worth a good fight, Good news in the morning, 'cause tonight you belong to me, baby. Good news in the morning, 'cause tonight you belong to me, baby. After all of my hard determination to keep you for myself, baby, never felt this kind of desperation for nobody else. There were times that I tried to ignore you, to keep you off of my mind, yeah. But a love that's as sweet as yours is just one of a kind, oh Lord. Good news in the morning,
How's that, Bob?
'cause tonight you belong to me. Good news in the morning, good news, oh yeah. After all of my hard determination to keep you for myself, baby, never felt this kind of desperation for nobody else. There were times that I tried to ignore you, to keep you off of my mind, yeah. But a love that's as sweet as yours is just one of a kind, oh Lord. Good news in the morning,
Tell them, Mr. Joe. That'll be Georgie.
'cause tonight you belong to me. Good news in the morning, good news, oh yeah. 'Cause tonight
That's
you
surprising.
belong to me. Good news, baby, good news, oh baby, good news, yeah.
I don't argue here, Bob. Just do as you say. Keep the peace. Yeah, and we're going to show you the High Tones and Good News sent in by Mick Brown. Well, sent in during the show. That's the first time I've ever put a request on during the show. Except when I do Fergie Time, obviously. So I don't usually do this. That's a one and only time I will ever do this. Because of Mick's not on social media, I've done it for him. But don't come on every week, Mick, and ask me to play tunes for you. If you want to select a tune for the show, what I do suggest is you send me an email on a Sunday morning between 12 and 3, or Sunday afternoon between 12 and 3. You've got my email address. Send me your track then, and I will play it on the show. That's the only way we can get around it, mate. Next up, Mr. Keith Ryder, down there in Newcastle, great guy, sent in The Entertainers. Love in my heart.
Before it's too late, 'cause I need you.
right. I remember doing. There's no getting another story. Look after that zimmer, Benny. Just took a flick.
Oh yeah, I need you. Since you've been gone now, baby, my love gone wider than a river. My love gone deeper than the sea. So I'll come back, baby, please hurry and bring it home to me. 'Cause this love, and I can't hold it in much longer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My baby, I need
Thank you, Bob. Wave me, please.
I'm no baby, baby, come on and wrap your arms all around me tight now. I'm no baby, come on and
Oh, come on, Linda.
turn now.
That's the greatest.
Come on now, baby.
Entertainers and a love in my heart, sent them from my good friend Keith Ryder. Next up, Mr. Glenn Champion. Selected Magic Night. And if you and I had ever met before I'd met Georgie, God knows what might have happened. Haha, it's cut off. Just stay with me, I'll be back. That's it.
Take it. They do last
It will come back. The legend's gone. Come back, Cam, come back. Come back. Asshole. Woohoo. Jungle Bob after that. Up here. What's this coming to Bob? Magic Night, and if you and I had never met, sent it by Glenn Champion. As we know, guys, we've had some problems recently from, strangely as it seems that it's usually at this time of the night we have the problems. But the funny thing was, last week we never had one hiccup at all.
because I wasn't here.
Probably Georgie. That's probably what it was. Do you think it's Georgie's fault? Let's blame Georgie. And it may keep happening, I don't know. But just remember, guys, like everybody said on the stream, if it does get cut off, it lasts for maybe 30 seconds or something, or a minute, and it comes back on. So don't go away, just stay with me, because I've still got about 7 tunes to play. Next up, we come to the part of the show where we have our tune of the show. And our tune of the show tonight has been selected by our good friend up there in Brecon. And he goes by the name of Mr. Terry Watson. And
He didn't pick it, you did.
no, he picked the tune. I picked Georgie, will you shut up?
Oh, but you're getting mixed up here.
See what I mean? I've told no button. I'm ticket. I'm gonna have to get a new PA. This is Dave Manhattan. And it's sent in by Mr. Terry Watson up there in Brecon. And it's tune of the show. And it's called Satisfied by Ben Aitken.
Lord, I'm feeling good now. Everything is all
Tune of the show.
you to me, baby.
Terry Watson.
Oh yes, ooh yeah, satisfied, ooh satisfied. As long as I know you love me, so satisfied, baby. Ooh, baby, you've been so good to me. Everything a precious love should be. They're sweet and tender, and your love so true. Hold my hand and it shakes me. Come on, to your world, sweet love, take me. Take
Still
me.
good stuff. Are you really good stuff?
Yes, I will for you. Don't you know, baby, I'm satisfied. Oh yeah, satisfied. As long as I know you love me, so satisfied.
The number, baby. Fiber.
Baby, you're so good to have around. You're so sister that I found.
I did see about it.
And that special something
She
to
wants
my
to get back tomorrow.
baby. Hey,
Oh yeah.
take me in your arms and it moves me.
It's a good tune of the show.
One kiss from your lips soothes me. If you ever need me, I'll come running all the way. You know I will. Oh, baby, I'm satisfied. Lord, yeah, satisfied.
There we go.
As long as I know you love me, so satisfied. Woo-hoo! Yeah, satisfied. Woo-hoo!
I know, Linda. I'll be back.
I'm feeling bad. Whenever I see
Guys, get here.
I'm satisfied. You make me glad.
I'll take IOU.
Oh, feel alright now.
Yeah, Ben Aitken. And a number called Satisfied, which was tune of the show tonight. And it was sent in by Mr. Terry Watson from up there in Brecon.
Play it again, they're wanting you to play it again.
Shut up, Georgie.
Don't tell me shut up.
Well, Georgie.
Well, Tommy,
Will you stop butting in, Georgie?
you know I'm talking to Bertie.
Oh, are you talking to Bertie? I'm selling it to Bertie for a £5. We're back. That tune was Ben Aitken and Satisfied. And it was sent in by my good friend up there in Brecon, Mr. Terry Watson, who got tune of the show. So I will send you out. So I've been making up loads of CDs, guys, like Fergie time CDs and everything. If you're wanting any CDs, just PM me. Tell me what you're wanting CDs. Most of them are on my Mixcloud page. If you're needing CDs for your car, you can't get better than TeeBees. They play all the way through. They're mixed all the way through. They're only a £5. So just PM me and I'll send you them.
I'm only a fiver and all.
Aye, George is only a £5 now. I sell everything at a £5. Bertie's now even got a £5. He's wanting to give you an IOU. Right, okay. Ben Aitken, tune of the show. Next up, my pal Fluff Johnson and I can't Fluff goes away to bed early because she works early in the morning. has selected the great sound of the Supremes and the Four Tops. It's called River Deep, Mountain High.
The little girl I had right on the down I've ever.
Welcome, Terry.
Well, I love you just the way I love that ragdoll. Only now my love has grown,
Oh,
and it gets stronger every way, and it gets deeper, and it gets higher.
Needs another cushion.
I have to get a new chair.
When you were a young girl, did you have a puppy that
You
always
stop.
followed you around?
That'll be perfect. Follow the
You
other.
better be pumpy.
Well, I'm gonna be as faithful as that puppy. No, I'll never let you down. 'Cause it goes on and
Won't beat TV. Cut me off, good. And they cut me off. That's when I know somebody's at it, because I've said that. We'll be back. We're back. Magic. Oh, mountain high. How many seconds is that doing? Two, three, four. Yeah, the great sound of the Supremes and the Four Tops. I've never been Mountain High. This is sent in by the one and only Miss Fluff Johnson. I'm going to stick with the Motown. Kim Weston. Sent in by Stevie Ledbetter.
Made a promise to myself
Dropping it down.
not to give my heart to nobody outside.
welcome, boss. We love you. See you when we see you.
As if my life had just started. Don't you feel responsible, baby? Don't you feel as though you should take good care of me, baby? Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down. Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down. Don't you let me down. Don't you let me down. Don't you let me down, 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 down. In your arms I find myself wanting you to hold me forever. When we kiss I lose myself, wanting you to leave me never. Now don't you feel responsible, baby?
Good night, love. Woo.
Don't you feel you've made me love you, I need you, buddy. Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down. Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down.
26 seconds.
Let me
That's
down.
all it lasts.
Oh, no. Let me
Come
down,
on.
down, down, down.
Probably Albert. Wankers everything.
Said I'd never fall in love. Wanted no part
Good night,
of it.
Bridget.
Got me eating right out
Keep you out there.
and loving every minute of it. Now don't you feel responsible, baby? Lift me out of a crowd and set me off on a round. Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down. Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down.
No trouble.
Don't you let me down. Oh, don't you let me down, 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 down. Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down. Baby, please, I'm begging you, baby, don't let me down.
Kim Western.
Please, I'm begging
I don't let me down. Send him by a good big pal. Or wee pal. Stevie Ledbetter. Next up, there's only one Keith K from 5. He's playing at Scalloween, you know. This is Fred Hughes. And I keep trying from the one and only Keith K.
Try so hard to understand it. Why you keep giving me love that's second-handed, leaving me in a frame of mind. I can't help myself. I'm at your will, and when you want it, you in the arms of someone else. Could it be for your heart's protection? Another love you keep on the side. And could you doubt the hand that holds you when we're together? I see feeling you try to hide. I keep trying to understand. I keep trying to understand, baby. So many times you test my heart to see how much it breaks. And now that we are happy, I'm breaking point because the pressure is too high. I keep having you in situation that you can't explain.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the other day when I had you in
You're welcome,
my
Stevie.
arms. You spoke another
Show me.
baby. Could it be for your heart's protection? That's all the love you keep on the side. And could you doubt the
27 seconds at last.
when we're together?
We'll win.
I keep feeling you try to hide. I keep trying to understand it. I just keep trying to understand, baby.
Catch up and get the whole team.
For your heart's protection, another love you keep on the side.
You don't make spell this song. Never say die.
We're
We're into the Every tune that I put on, they're going to cut it off. But I'm going to play at the end. There's only 3-4 tunes left. And that was sent in by my good friend Kiki up there in Fife. Sound of Fred Hughes, and I Keep Trying. He's playing at Halloween, that guy. Next up, Mark Peacher who picked this. I was surprised Mark picked it because he knows he's been on the show before. But it's a good tune. The Banana Splits. Doing the Banana Splits. Good night, Jane. I love you. Every clap. No problem, Mark. Yeah, the Banana Split and doing the Banana Split, set in by Matt, Scaman, Peach and Bray. He's playing at Halloween as well. Is there any DJs in this country that's not playing at Halloween? You've got to come to Halloween. That's Matt Peach and Bray. That's some event. Next up, I haven't played Jethro's Trigger tune in a couple of weeks because he's been really busy with, well, you know, by his accident and things like that with his knee. And I thought, let's dig out a stomper for Jethro's Trigger tune tonight. Because, as I said, and in case you weren't there earlier, we're going to do the t-shirts and the Jethro's Trigger tune CD, which was implemented or suggested by my good friend Deep Pevin to do. And we're going to do that. Me and Jethro will work out what tunes we're going to put in the CD. And we'll combine it with the t-shirts. And if you voted for on the poll what colour of t-shirts you want, then get them in tonight because the poll finishes tonight. And whoever's at the top of the poll for the t-shirts tonight, that's the way we go. We don't change it around, so everybody has the same colour t-shirt. And I'm hoping to sort all that out within the next 2 weeks. Anyway, my good friend Over the Water, Jethro Jones, Trigger tune, Eddie and Ernie, and I can do it, you know. It'll cut off. We're used to it. But if you watch it back and catch up, it won't cut off. So don't be TeeBee. Actually, don't even love you. Joey. Give me yourself, man. Fell through the steer. You watch what you're doing, eh? Fucking hell, man. Take your time, Gabriel. What is dancing at the top of the steer? Probably come back. What a tune. Eddie and Ellie, you can do it. It's a guest list trigger tune. And it'll probably be on the CD. Oh, that's a great time to cut me off. And as I say, guys, between myself and Jethro, we will pick out what tracks we're going to pick on Jethro's trigger tune. But they'll all be good ones. They'll all be stompers and cushion busters and things that you love, as you northern soul people out there love. And that was quite a good time for the arsehole just to cut us off at the end, because we've only got 2 more tunes. So I don't think he'll cut off the next tune, but he'll probably cut off the last tune. So we've got him by the balls.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yes. Anyway, Jethro Jones, I had to pick him up. Right. So, is it 29 seconds over? Over yet, Julie? Because I'm waiting till the 29 seconds are over, because, oh, we're back. So, the arsehole's still out there, whoever he is, and I've contacted YouTube, and through time we will find out who's doing this, and YouTube will find out, and there will be severe penalties involved, especially if I find it. Idiot. Putting it politely. So this is the last tune of the evening, guys, and it comes from my good pal, Mr. Deep Payman. And I've not played this version very much, because I've got a better version by, what do you call it, and the Haggis Horns. But this is the original version. Tawanda Barnes. That's the title. For Deep Payman. Thank you, folks, Tony. Bye.
You said that you wanted a love that would last forever. Hurting my heart was something you could do never. I believed in you, but you are untrue. I found that you played me for a fool, 'cause you didn't mean the things you said. You didn't mean the things you said. You didn't mean it. You said that we were the kind that belonged together. You'd be by my side in any kind of weather. Oh, you made it sound so
Here's my
good,
favourite Northern Soul tune.
but I never understood why you couldn't do the things you
loves it, too.
should. 'Cause you didn't mean those things you said. You didn't mean those things you said. You just didn't mean it. No, baby. You don't mean it. You don't mean those things you say, boy.
Bertie, we love you, pal. He's still watching Georgie for the fiver.
Didn't mean those things you said.
Great, Jimmy.
Didn't mean those things
Great, Johnny and Joey.
you said. You just didn't mean
Woo!
it. You didn't mean it.
Woohoo!
You
We
told me
gyros,
you
eh?
loved me.
Still get gyros.
You told me you needed
Yeah, to win the Barnes, the original. And you don't mean it. Sent him with my good pal, Deep Pemin. Guys, I don't know who the arsehole is that's doing this, but it's something like that. I've actually contacted YouTube and tried to find out reasons why it's happening, but they can't explain it either. So it's annoying, especially to me. But the fact is, the lucky people are the persons who watch it back on catch up, because that's, you know how when they used to cut me off, I used to stop the music because I thought it was to do with copyright, but it's not. That's when I found out it's not a copyright issue. It's to do with some arsehole reporting me that has a way of shutting down the live stream. So when they shut it off, I keep going, because when you watch it back and catch up, the show and the music still goes on. It doesn't shut down and catch up. So that's how we beat them. Ha ha ha. Yeah, clown. So we come to the end of the evening. Just don't forget, guys, next week we're going to do 70s. Take you back to the 70s. Get that big hair and the flares. I know you've got them, Bertie. Don't kid on. I know you've got them under the bed. So let's have a 70s party next week, because we've not done a theme night for quite a while. And all you have to do when you're requesting the track next week is it's got to be from the 70s. That's all I ask. As long as it's soul and it's 70s, we'll have a party night. And let's hope the Bampot that's annoying us now is maybe on night shift next week and he's not annoying us. So we come to the end of the night and I'm going to play one of TeeBee's remixes. Would you like to cut us off?
Thank you very kindly, my friend.
Yeah, bam. Thank you very kindly, my friend.
Thank you very kindly, my friend. I'm delighted to see each of you here tonight.
One love, one people. TeeBee's soul family, one baby.
For allowing me to be here with you.
I love you all.
Let us rise up tonight.
Thank you, Mr.
With
Joe.
a greater record.
What me and Beard
Let us stand with a greater determination.
George's away out of bed.
Let us move on in these
She's deserted me.
powerful days.
She's away to hunt Bertie back.
These days of challenge.
I even gave her the
Only
fiver.
when it is dark enough can you see the stars. We want to be free.
Night, everybody, love you.
Thanks, guys, for staying with me. Woo!
I've looked over. I've seen
Thanks, Susie. Thanks,
the
everybody.
promised land.
Promise.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get
No
to
problem,
the
Baba.
promised land.
6 cards tonight, that's not bad. It might be a
Good day,
bit,
Alice.
might be a bit close next week. Got a 50th party.
Right, Peter. I won't be hosting next week. I've got a big birthday party next week.
The big green and white bee that was here dancing, big Kaylee, the other week, since 50th.
Let us rise up tonight
Johnny's had a dream.
with a greater record.
People are created equal.
Let us stand.
And on our Sunday night show, we are. God bless you. Oh, love it, Johnny. Good night, Annette. Good night, Alec. Good night, Alice. Woo. Good night, Susie. Good night, Betty. I'll put it in the postage tomorrow, mate. Good night, Carl. Woo! Like your own time. Good stuff. We're on the ball. We've got TeeBee, Team TeeBee.
To bring some loving in the day.
Woo! 70s next week. Get your orders in for the t-shirts. I'll sort it out this week. Don't delay. I want it all done and dusted before Christmas. Headache coming up, Tommy.
You know we better find a way to bring some loving in the day.
70s next week. Woo! I better get an afro in that. Get Johnson to dress up. Ben will like that. Woo! Cheers, Dave. 70s next week. Come on. Thank you, then. Oh, you did judge us. See you later, Ben. Have a good one, mate. On the website. I don't think I've got any. I might have. I've got flares, deep flares. But you'll not see them, I'm sitting down. I'll get an afro wig. Woo! Sunday night. What they're made for. TeeBee for 3 hours. I'm joking. No fit me. Thanks, Josie. What's going on? What's going on? The TeeBee remix of Marvin Gaye's. What's going on? 70s next week. Oh, here she comes. What are you saying?
I'm just going to say night to everybody.
Right, say it. Good, say it then, Josie.
I've got to say it. Night, everybody.
Bertie, you got that money?
I'm coming, honey.
Hi, Matt Doherty. How you doing, pal? Sleeper's calling me. Good night, Matt. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in the show. You know how much I love you all. Respect and everything like that. 70s next week. Let me try and sort out the t-shirts this week be on the ball. Once I start rolling it out, I want you just to dive in. We're there to help a good friend across the pond. Let's help him out. He needs help. What we can do, I'll not make a massive difference to what he needs, but it will help. So we're a good soul family. Let's stick together and do something for a good friend. T-shirts and the CD. Please be on it with me. Good night, guys. I love you all.
Remember
Yeah, what, Georgia?
Secret Santas.
Secret Santas, you've only got 1 week to send your presents for the Secret Santas. What else, Georgia?
The stories.
And send in your my tunes, my tunes and our tunes.
And Bertie sent the money.
Well, Bertie sent the money. He sent it with PayPal. See you later, Georgie. Right, guys. Good night.